Greetings, brothers and sisters. Professor Spira here, coming at you from my undisclosed tropical location. And in this video, I wanted to talk about how to naturally remove mucus from the body. I'm going to start talking about that a lot more because, I practice a Mucusless Diet Healing System, and that's kind of our thing, is the removal of mucus, excess mucus from the body. I always have to preface that there is a difference between mucus that your body creates and generates in the mucous membrane versus mucus-forming foods that leave behind a mucus slime, turn into this jelly, sticky, gluey mess inside or outside of the body. These things are mucus-forming foods. Then immediately back. Say, what about the digestive fluids? That takes care of it. There's a reasons why Professor Arnold had said that it takes time for the colon and the intestines to accumulate. He says since childhood on, it's a slow accumulation of uneliminated, undigestible, unnatural food substances. So that's why you can eat these things for years and years without having any major obvious symptoms or healing crises or anything like that, because it's something that happens over time. But eventually, and when you start to cleanse yourself out, you notice that, the colon. So if you have runny nose, or you're coughing up a lot of phlegm, or you got bronchitis and symptoms, that kind of stuff, first thing I would do would be, okay, let's cut out all of the pus forming, the stuff, the difference between mucus forming and pus forming. Pus forming is the animal based, anything blood borne that came from the tissues of animals or the secreted cells of animals, milk. Is anything bloodborne is gonna ultimately turn into pus if it degrades, and it's just a very viscous, concentrated form of what we call mucus. Mucus-forming foods are your grains and starches and that kind of stuff. If you take rice, there's the famous experiment: take rice and put it and melt it down. You can create glue out of rice. You can't make glue out of strawberries, not without adding something like rice.
Rice glue.
Today, I'm going to show you how to make paper mache glue out of rice. You will only need rice and water. That's it.
What can you make glue out of it? That's the question. You don't have to, rely on the list. Can you make glue out of it? Yeah. Sorry, I was in deep thought for 1 second. But yeah, it's easy to deal with that level. When people are coming at me with that level, I'm happy, because I know it's easy to deal with that in terms of fixing, easy fix. First and foremost, like I said, cut out the meat and the dairy for a period of time, the starches if you can, and check out our lemon juice and distilled water enemas. That is going to clear that stuff out of your body, clean the colon out, clear that stuff out of your colon, and see how that is. You see if that's better. It might not happen right away, but if you clean the colon out and you stop eating mucus-forming foods, you're going to be on your way to a life where you don't have that at all. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I had that type of elimination, and I'm not scared of it. I don't mind it, because when my body gets into a feverish, cold and flu-like symptom type of thing, I don't enjoy it, but I know that in the long run, this is my body's opportunity to throw out a whole lot of waste. And so I give thanks that I can do that and go through the process. I mean, it's been years since I've had that opportunity. You know, for a while, I would maybe once a year in the early years, I'd go through that type of elimination, or, you know, in the earlier years, maybe twice a year, then once a year. Now it's like once every few years, I will have that kind of elimination, even if I'm real aggressive. And when we say aggressive, we're talking about aggressive with transition, aggressive with the protocols that we would use, the menus that we would decide to use. There's ways to be more aggressive and less aggressive depending on what you choose. If you're choosing a lot of citrus juices and eating a lot of citrus fruits and the acid fruits and that kind of stuff, that in a fruit heavy approach, that's going to be way more aggressive than if you are dealing with a lot of vegetables, a lot of salads, and a lot of green drinks, and the cooked mucus-free options, some cooked mucus-forming options, but done in a systematic way as laid out in the Mucusless Diet. Your experience is going to be a lot different. And so we advocate transition diets. Read the Mucusless Diet Healing System. If you haven't done so, check out the Mucusless Diet Healing System by all means. And, you know, that's the answer, how to remove excess mucus, you know, Mucusless Diet Healing System. But a lot of people want like a quick cure, or what herb can I take, or what medicine is good, or I'm saying clean out your colon.
Up my ass like a lemon juice enema. Oh, like your mom never did it to you? Come on.
Stop eating the mucus and pus forming foods for a period of time. Let that stuff drain. Don't try to suppress it. Don't do anything that's gonna suppress, because that is what people have a tendency to do here, you know, in society. They will try to suppress the elimination. Don't do that. Let that thing roll. Let that elimination go, and get rid of as much of that mess as you can out of your system. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to share this video, please, because YouTube is acting a fool. They don't never want to give those of us that have some decent information, they don't really want to put us out there and share our videos so more people can see it, so we got to share them ourselves. But until next time, peace, love, and breath.